How many children, just out of curiosity, can occupy one of these facilities at any given time?
Well, our Ogden and Salt Lake facilities are larger.
Okay.
So we could have upwards of 28 to 30 children if we had to.
Gotcha.
There's some rooms. Most children stay in rooms by themselves, but there's some based on sibling group needs or
Got it.
older children in care that actually have a child of their own, which is another interesting conversation. Can be in a room together. So if we were maxed out, if you will.
Yes.
But mostly, there's around 12 to 18.
Gotcha.
On average, that could be in those homes. The Moab facility, much smaller.
Okay.
Obviously.
Sure.
It does serve all of Grand County.
Okay.
But it's also a unique kind of rural model where they can provide the community with things that the other homes can't, like crisis support.
Yes.
For families that are kind of on the verge.
Got
or
it.
respite for foster families.
Right.
I need a break for just a minute.
Mm-hmm.
They can serve, the area in that capacity that it is a little bit harder for the larger facilities. So.
Gotcha.
Each one's pretty unique to its community.
Got it. Are you guys ever at capacity and?
We have been.
Okay.
We're not all the time because they're, the best place for a child is home.
Sure.
So really, if a child's staying with us for a very 2 weeks to a month,
yes,
you don't really max out, if you will,
right,
with
right,
that short time frame because
yeah.
the plan is not to keep them there
right
indefinitely.
Right.
Can they be reunited with their own mother and father if it's safe?
Right.
And there's an action plan that can happen. Or do they go with another family members or a grandparent that is willing to step up?
Yeah.
Or do they go into foster care? And then even once they're in foster care, do they become adoptable? So there's really kind of a lot of equations that have to be considered.
Wow.
So that's kind of why we wouldn't really reach max capacity.
Yes.
In terms of can we not hold anymore?
Right.
That'd be really rare because there are families in the community that we would prefer them to be in.
Got it.
If it's safe.
Gotcha. So is that normal that all of a sudden you need to find a family member and somebody's available to step up? Is that kind of?
Yeah, it's called kinship placement, and in a sense, that family member is becoming a resource as a foster home.
Oh, sorry. I meant to say family member to the family.
Yeah.
Oh, so is that typically what happens, like an uncle and a grandparent?
Yeah.
Okay.
If there isn't a risk to the child because of the situation in which they're removed, a kinship, which is family, would be great.
Got it.
I had lots of uncles and aunts and cousins and stuff that we stayed with before we were technically removed. But once it became a decision that, this is really going to happen long term.
Got it.
They had big families of their own.
Sure.
And couldn't take all three of us.
Right.
And it just wasn't economically or space would allow for that. And so, they were put into a home and then I was put into another home and it just stayed that way.
Got it.
So.
Got it.
Yeah.
Pretty
crazy, huh?
No kidding. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Holy
all
cow.
the dynamics around.
No kidding.
Social services meets a private foundation that basically builds and donates a facility, and then there's still a relationship there. We as a 501c3 can fundraise and work with the community to bring additional resources that the state's not allowed to go out and do.
Got it.
They can knock on doors and raise money, and we can do that, and we can help supplement needs.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. Out of curiosity, how fast does that happen from a time a student comes into the Christmas box house? Do they end up, let's say, assuming they go to a foster care, do they end up in a foster home? Is that like the 2 weeks to 30 days?
That's right.
Gotcha.
And then a child can be in foster care for, short time or the rest of their young adult life.
Okay.
It kind of just depends on, sad statistic is if a child reaches the age of 4, their chances of being adopted drop 50%.
Holy cow.
Because understandably so.
Sure,
a lot of people want brand new.
Yeah.
They want a child that doesn't have a lot of quote unquote baggage.
Right.
A lot of history
that
a lot of times you don't even know about.
Right.
You don't really know what you're bringing into your home.
Right.
Honestly.
Yeah.
And so I understand that fear, but at the same time, those are a lot of kiddos that need long-term stability and eventually are going to go into society anyway.
Right.
So really, when you think about long-term versus short-term care, it would be wonderful to see more of those kids that could be adopted.
Yes.
But if not, they do stay into foster care and not the same home.
Got it.
I moved every 6 months till I was
Gotcha.
16.
Oh, wow.
So I probably lived in 31, 32 cities by the time I was 16.
Holy cow.
Now I have a huge appreciation for world travel, so
Uh-huh.
there's that. But at the same time, you know, you never learn to like stabilize with anything. You kind of become like a gypsy child where all your stuff's in a garbage sack.
Right.
Now I can pick up and move quicker than anyone I know.
Yes.
But at the same time, I don't accumulate things. It's not all bad.
Uh-huh.
But you know, my adopted mom, she, bless her heart, she always has to remind me that, honey, your kids like to keep their stuff. Just because you don't like to keep anything doesn't mean they don't attach to something. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. Okay, are there a couple stuffed animals you guys want to hang on to? I'm cleaning out every 6 months.
Right.
All right, too much stuff to keep in the house.
Right. Okay, before we part ways, in case you have a dog or know someone else who does have a dog, I wanted to take a quick second to show you the snap leash. The snap leash can literally do so many things, and I'm going to share with you one of the many cool things that it can do. As you can see, the snap leash is designed with 2 swivel hooks, one on each end. This end has a cushion stitched into it to make it comfortable when walking your dog. Now, all you have to do is take this swivel hook, put it into this very first grommet, and now you've got your handle. Okay, so now let's imagine you're at the park and you want to secure your pet quickly, safely, and easily to a park bench, a tree, or a pole because you just want to sit down and relax. Well, all you need to do is take this swivel hook, remove it from the very first grommet, wrap this leash around any size tree or pole or park bench, and put it into the appropriate grommet, and now you have secured your pet quickly, safely, and easily. And when it's time to head home, another great feature about the snap leash is you can simply wrap it around your waist for hands-free walking. Lastly, if you ever accidentally forget your waist bags at home, these grommets make a great place to fasten the waist bags so you never leave home without them. And if you want to see all of the other cool things that the snap leash can do, then please just click on the link below and find out why so many others are falling in love with the snap leash.